Hello and welcome to another edition of Small World USA as I do a continuation of my trip to New York City. I'm in Grand Central Park, the southern portion. Police presence throughout the city, but especially the tourist attraction type areas. Here was a photo op. I thought maybe it was a wedding at first, or it's the wedding party, or just family photos. But certainly, I'll be walking around Central Park, and it's a great place for photos, so we'll have at least one wedding. So don't touch that dial. And, we have an election coming up. I think this area was kind of like a protest rally area kind of thing, and that might explain why the heavy police presence, so things wouldn't get out of hand and so forth. But, yeah, most cities seem to have a demonstration kind of area where you can kind of protest. Hey, I love New York. Ain't that the truth? Yeah. New York is my favorite city immediately after Detroit. Okay, $3 per minute. So if I do the math correctly, a 15-minute ride would set you back $45. Hope that guy pedals fast. Covers a lot of ground. And then I'd hazard to guess what it costs if you have a horse involved. That's probably a little bit more. You gotta feed that horse. Well, the eye in the sky, and yeah, they were definitely hovering over Grand Central Park. And there was a big concert, and if you stick around, I think near the end of the show, we can hear some sounds from the group Metallica that had a concert somewhere in the middle of Central Park. I'm not exactly sure how they name it, or if it's just, park at Central Park or music stage at Central Park, whatever. Keep the park clean. Yeah, even if you want to take a picture of your girlfriend or wife or whatnot. Good time or a good place to catch a snooze too. It's a great way to relax. The architect that designed Grand Central Park also designed Belle Isle. Kind of see some similarities or whatnot in the design. Obviously, we have a little bit different topography. They have these big rocks, big solid rocks. Here, this was interesting. You could take a peek inside, but this was a ticketed event. It's a horse show. And on any given day of the week, there's probably 5 dozen things that you can choose to do in New York. You'll never go for wanting. But yeah, here, this was the Rolex Central Park Horse Show. There's the website and all the information you would need to get. You can glean from that. But yeah, I was just taking a peek inside, above and beyond. So Land Rover's a big sponsor. Let's see if we can hear some.
And you train them and you teach them, and they really become a part of the family.
Yeah, let's see. Am I going to check the Rolex time? Oh, didn't do it. Well, they might have to jump the Big Apple, but they have a road course set up there. Certainly, we are in between events at this time. Okay, now the band's playing. yonder, I see some wedding photos. But it's interesting how you can get the high rises and then the park action. Look at these big rocks. They can't be more than 6,000 years old, though, right? But there's parks with ponds, or I should just say ponds in the park. A lot of water areas. Great for people that want to jog or bike, and it's amazing, and it's just simply a huge park. Yeah, weddings and the like. To me, it's like taking candy from a baby. It's so easy, because certainly it would be one of the happiest days in their lives, kind of thing. So everyone's radiant and in a good mood. Yeah, and then setting up the shot and making sure everything's just right. There's a lot to it. These people, professional. And I'm trying to get the best shot, too. That's a nice dress. I was wondering if, the Loch Ness monster might make an appearance in the back. Sometimes people take video, and then in the background they see something like real funny. There was one where an eagle had a couple eaglets, and they had a camera centered on the nest watching the baby eagles grow up. And the camera caught Bigfoot, or what they think is Bigfoot, in the background, roaming around. They don't know if it's a hoax or not. It was grainy video from far distance. Here's another wedding. And, gosh darn, you'd think that would leave grass stains on the dress. But not to worry. Yeah, some buildings glistening. I was lucky. I had great weather out here. Relatively warm also. But being in Central Park is like a time to chill, relax. And yeah, New York is pretty hectic. It's a city that's always running around. The city that never sleeps. There, the Statue of Liberty. And probably for a buck or two, you could take a picture. Yeah, back to the horse show. I never inquired as to how much the tickets were. Quite a few sponsors. Yeah, I was just going to spend a brief moment in Central Park at the southern end, but then I heard music way off in the distance, and I didn't know until I got close. And somebody said, yeah, big-time concert, Metallica. So I have no idea how much tickets were for that. Here, drone action. I've been seeing these advertised. What the video you could get with that. Oops. Dog's ready to attack it. But yeah, shopping network or whatever. It's like channel 5 or channel 3. Anyways, they had a drone on there for $3.99. And they said it'd make a great Christmas gift. But yeah, take a drone and fly it and get a bird's eye view. That would be awesome. But yeah, you got to wonder about the liability if it just kind of falls from the sky. If there's a malfunction and it just so happens to fall on someone, it's like, oops. Then you got probably some issues. So for heaven's sakes, be careful. That's a cool building off yonder. But yeah, a nice field and a lot of people just relaxing and chilling. Sometimes it's just great to sit down and take a moment. Even kite flying. And some fancy-dancy soccer. Then, yeah, you walk around and there'll be more music. Seen me dance yet, but that's probably a good thing. Somebody told me while I was there that Fashion Week had just ended. And so, but they do have a fashion district. And New York certainly known for fashion, like Paris and so forth. So it's big, along with a lot of things. New York is known for being the big player in a lot of different areas. But yeah, I'd love to catch the Fashion Week, though. Gives you the opportunity to check out the latest fashion styles on beautiful women. Well, I think they're trying to get the rowboat thing back at Belle Isle. I mean, you can see old-time pictures in the Detroit area, you know, way back where people would take a date and go rowing. Row, row, row your boat. I know that tune. Ah, another photo op. Yeah, several weddings. Tis the season, I guess. Tis the day. All right, well then, I'm going to the middle of the park now. I'm probably maybe 65th, 70th Street, but you walk some of these trails and sometimes you just don't see anybody. But there's a lot of people in this place, but you can walk from one portion to the next, and nothing. Just you and nature. And a beautiful park, to be sure. It's certainly a jewel. Now they have some gated fences here, so yeah, it's cordoned off. Let's listen. Here you got to pass through security. I was hoping I could get a peek at the stage, but from my vantage points, I didn't see anything through the forest. I did see the back of the stage here, though. I didn't. What I presume is the back of the stage. A lot of security. What a great place, though, for a concert, to be sure. All right, yeah, and then a big, huge lake out here. I think shortly after I was in New York, Tom Hanks took a wedding picture with a wedding party. He was running through the park, and they stopped him, and they befriended him, and he took some pictures with them. So celebrities run through the park. Oh, here's, I think, the back of the stage here. I don't know if some of those are performers or VIPs or guests. Something going down. I don't hear much of anything, so they must be between acts or whatnot. 88th Street. That's about as far north as I got on Central Park. I'm going to head south. Metallica had a concert, I believe, at Belle Isle. Okay, here we go. Knowledge. Okay, American Museum of Natural History. A lot of museums and so forth in New York. They at least have one of everything, probably. If you like museums, Washington, D.C. is also a great place to go, but New York probably take a lot to outdo New York. Back to the subway action.
Anna looks down and vacantly cries. The thoughts drift the times of young woman with child. Watching her daughter again realize silently stealing life from inside. A curtain is falling.
Yeah, that's a busker there, and in certain subway stops you'll get entertainers, which is very nice. But that was mass transit. And lo and behold, New York City with its population, mass transit works really well. We're trying to get some mass transit going in Detroit. It's actually up for a vote here in November. I think Donald said November 28th. It's up for a vote. Look at this truck here. It's like, wow. We're not in Colorado, are we? Well, I made it to Greenwich Village now. It kind of reminds me of those chocolate fondue little towers. Yep, Sweet Green, Greenwich Village. I think this is the area where Bob Dylan cut his teeth. But a great neighborhood of bars and restaurants and small shops. Yeah, I have a smartphone now, so It's like, wow, you get the weather. How about that? I'm just learning. I mean, I've seen a few of these things. My sisters and brother-in-laws and whatnot have the iPhones, and so they know how to do those. I have the Android. But wow, a computer at your fingertips. Back when I grew up, I had to consult the family encyclopedia. I think it was 36 books, alphabetically. Well, here's some kind of party going on. I love those tables. Trump Soho. Wow-wee, that guy gets around. Yeah, amazing. Oh, the ladies are going out for a night out. Yeah, why not? You work all week. Time to have a little fun. The Holland Tunnel. That goes under the Hudson River. The World Trade Center, and I'll take a look at this a little later, but this is by night, and it certainly is a landmark, as is the Empire State Building. That actually stands out even better, the Empire State, because it's there on 34th Street. I've seen it with the lake before, but I kind of like that lampshade, or the lamp itself. The shade was awfully nice also. But the lamp is what made it. Some of the restaurants here, and they were lively. Of course, you got enough people running around, so yeah, if you got a decent idea with a business, yeah, you have a walkable audience certainly outside. Well, we'll see some art too. That at night, you know, that kind of catches your eye. So it's nice when storefronts will light up their wares. The grading doesn't help out, but oh, big Ferris wheel in Manhattan. What is going on? We'll have to get a closer look. There, the ladies can see some of the latest purses. And here's a Ted Baker watch. I haven't come out with my watch yet. In due time. Look at the Chrysler Building. That's just as pretty at nighttime as it is in the daytime. Okay, made it to the Ferris wheel. They got some kind of carnival action going down here. Let's listen in.
Let's go here and then turn back.
Look, they even got a lion one. That one will never sell. It'll be up there forever.
When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's some more rain. That's some more rain. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's some more rain. That's some more rain.
Bells will ring.
Well, maybe that was Cousin Bruce. Forgive me for not knowing for sure, but I just missed that act. So looked like he was wooing the crowd. Here's some New York graffiti, or a tribute to a guy. Chinatown. It was late, and I wanted, I was thinking about dinner time. That's where you're at. Next to Little Italy, Soho, Greenwich Village, you can kind of see kind of the area. I walked through there a little bit. The Metro card. This was the ticket for 1 week of unlimited use on the subway or the bus. $31. But if you do it on your credit card, there's an extra dollar fee. This was my humble abode. I slept kind of on that sofa pull-out thing. And it was a 2-bedroom small apartment. A couple college students had the place, but they were doing the Airbnb to make a little money on the side to help pay the bills and the like. I wanted to get to the top, to the roof. It was 3 stories high. And I says, we'll let that go. I've been keeping an eye on the moon lately. When it rises and when it sets, it's kind of interesting. Got me a sugary donut and my coffee, and I'm starting out another day here. And Mass, look at that. What was that? Spanish and Chinese. Unbelievable. What? Yeah, Italian. Yeah, not Spanish. Italian and Chinese. Wow. That kind of tells you the neighborhood I'm in. It's mixed. Then a few blocks up, it's very Jewish. And, yeah, a lot of immigrants. There's probably people from all over the world that have settled in New York. That wouldn't be a stretch of a statement. Oh, that's my evil twin with his hat. Okay, from the subway, hazard to say subway when it's elevated like this, but goes down a little further. It does go below ground. But here it's elevated, and I'm in Brooklyn. That's where I was staying. People typically, when they think New York City, they're going to stay in Manhattan. Certainly, you're in the heart of it all. But if you can get a cheaper hotel room and are close to the mass transit, and chances are you are, you can get there from here, kind of a thing. So if you can save some money on the hotel, just do the subway thing. Mass transit works. We're trying to get itty-bitty things going together in Detroit. And so, yeah, vote on that millage. We need better mass transit. At least something from the airport to get us downtown and from downtown out to the airport. All right, I'm not talking about what I should be. Here, Nathan's. Famous because, why? They have their July 4th hot dog eating contest. And I'll show the panel a little bit later. But yeah, Coney Island. This is on the southern end of Brooklyn. And this is, their terminal building. And certainly that's got a few years in it. But this is like their Atlantic City or their boardwalk and their fun area, their park. And it used to be probably rocking years ago. Now it's kind of, I don't want to say it's full potential. I think there's room for improvement. Its heyday was probably in the past, but there's no reason that things can't change for the better. And they probably are. See, they already got a Wonder Wheel. Here, I love these signs, though. Look at this one. Weird woman. Well, that's not. You can come to expect some of that. But here, side shows by the seashore. Say that 3 times. Freaks. Colonel Sanders, I guess, is one of them. And they're alive. Imagine that. It's better than dead. Maybe they mean like live performances, but yeah, Snakeology. Egads. She's really wrestling that thing. Yeah, it was nice to check this out. I was here early, I guess, Sunday morning. Yeah, they don't build them like this anymore. That holds true for a lot of things. This is an amusement park. And there you get the lay of the land. But things don't open till noon, I guess. So I was here a little early before everything was fully rocking. Summertime certainly basically over at this point, but it was a warm enough day, certainly where you could catch some sun. New York, big port city. I don't know if it, the tonnage or however they rate it, if New York is behind Long Island, or not Long Island, Long Beach in California. But certainly, yeah, they do a lot of cargo. Okay, so nice beach. And they have some high-rises in the background. I didn't see too many in the neighborhood I was living. It almost seemed like they were restricted. But when you get down here to Coney Island, you'll see those high-rise apartment buildings. Yeah, there was one person swimming. And I was thinking of venturing and getting my feet wet. Ah, yes. A little love action here, it looks like. 2016, so this was done recently. But yeah, they'll have a high tide and low tide, so might not stay there for long. And a little spirited volleyball action. Now these, I could have never guessed from a distance, but that you have to go above ground here to go to the restrooms. That seemed weird, that whole arrangement, but that's how they do. Okay, New York Aquarium, they have one, but I guess this is like a transformation they're adding on or whatnot. Coming soon, sharks. There has been talk in Detroit as to whether we would get an aquarium, maybe do something along those lines. Oh, look at, we're going to check out the map here. There's a memorial bridge down yonder, and here, Brighton Beach a little bit north, but I'm down here at Coney Island. And then the access with the subway action there, several lines will take you there. Some handball. Yeah, they take their games seriously for sure. It's not all fun and games. It's a matter of who wins and loses. But yeah, it is a lot of fun though. All right, well, subway in action, and I love it's weird, the entrance there. Okay, Luna Park. Okay, they open at 12 here, 12 to 6 p.m. Or no. Oh, it says it's closing day, but looks like there's actually 2 separate parks here. Okay, the best pumpkin patch. That's a pretty good sized pumpkin there. Freak bar. I was tempted, but I had to keep moving. Okay, here we go. Home of the International Hot Dog Eating Contest. That's what it's known as officially. And they have the countdown till the next one. So synchronize your clocks. The male record 73.5, the female record 45. And here are some of the past winners or current champs. One of these guys, that might be him, Joey Chestnut. Okay, they have a wall of fame. They came, they ate, they conquered. Okay, here we go, 1995. We'll start there. There, Joey Chestnut shows up at 2007, 2008. Oops. What do we got here? How did they do that? 2016 Mickey Pseudo one. Huh. I was eyeing this building. It's boarded up. It's right across the street from Nathan's, and I'm going, why can't they do something with that building? Okay, and then, well, I wanted to see, this is all the rage and whatnot. So look at all the counters they have, and they would open them up as need be, but they start at the left there. I'll look at the menu up here. I was really surprised. An original hot dog will set you back $4.25. If you want cheese, add 50 cents. If you want chili, add another, or no, cheese, 50 cents, and chili is 50 cents extra too. Chili cheese dog, you'll save a little money there by the combo, $4.99. Might as well save $5. That's a lot of money for a hot dog. And look at the French fries. They're not really cheap either. And then if you get them loaded, yeah, that's why you have a credit card. Wow, zowie. But when you got a name and you do a little advertising and promotion, then it becomes like a place, a destination place where you say, oh yeah, I ate there. The hot dogs, they have a snap to them. They're a little different than our Conies, but certainly they're cheaper in Detroit than out here. Here is Super Cheeseburger, $8.25. The condiments are free, apparently. Yeah, here, back to this building. God, I like this. You could make it a boutique hotel. I like the terminology they use when they want like a upscale place. Here, and they're doing a little advertising too. I don't know if they had an issue in that building or not, but all right, here you go. Sugar, salt. Yeah. But if you listen to your doctors and dietitians, they'll say everything is bad for you. If you're gonna let yourself go, you might as well have some fun. Look at the, that's an interesting, it's probably a squash or a gourd. Now the Cyclones play here. And they had a classic going on. The Cyclones, they're an affiliate of the New York Mets. I don't know if it's like their AAA or whatnot. They had a schedule going down here and fireworks to follow the games. So Sunday, September 25th. If I stuck around, could have seen all that. On certain days, all seats are $10. And usually minor league, you get a great game, and for a much lower price, and it's competitive. These guys want to make it to the majors, so this was a statue out front. I'm going, okay, these guys are buddies. What's up with this? And there's a lot going down here. Honors Jackie Robinson and Pee Wee Reese. And if you can speed read, because you can read faster than I can verbally say it. Yeah, well, that's a little baseball history, but yeah, what a nice story that was. And yeah, the color barrier and all that. Boy, we've come a long way. We're taking a backward step a little bit, I think, with Trump, but wow. Here we go, round and round. Here's looking inside the park, and it has like the LA Dodgers kind of out in left field. They have that kind of look too. And that might make sense because the Brooklyn Dodgers went on to become the LA Dodgers. All the countries that were participating in the Classic, so they had a presentation up there. MCU Park. This I couldn't figure out. I have no idea what this thing is. If it just puts on a light show. Then they have a pier. And that was real fast speed reading. Now they were going nuts with these little guys. I'm not sure what these guys are. Yeah, they were catching them by the net full here. Usually out on these piers you see people with the fishing poles, but yeah, they had the nets. This was kind of neat, kind of relaxing area. You could probably find a good spot and get your back all feeling good and aligned. Ooh, the glistening ocean. And there we see the fishermen in action.
I told him Anthony's up here with some fish for him.
Okay, now the Wonder Wheel is doing its thing, and it's like there's a inner circuit and an outer circuit here, and it seems like one would go from one to the next kind of thing. And what they'll come up with these Ferris wheels. Well, a little more crowded now. Certainly a walk on the boardwalk is a nice thing to do, get some exercise. Here's City of New York, Parks and Recreation. Then I just kind of noted this. Made in, where's that? Oh, India. Okay. Oh, now this looks scary. Right about here. I mean, this is straight down. It's like, hold on to your cell phone and your wallet and your keys. Yeah. And your loose change. Yeah, when you do those crazy loop-de-loop kind of things and whatnot, and upside down and sideways, yeah. Hate to think you'd lose something. All right, this was kind of a neat little mural, little weathered, but when you dig in a little bit, some interesting creatures, or humans, but with different look, I guess. All right, they had a $5 meal, so I figured for $5, I'll do this up rather than just one hot dog. So that wasn't bad. They're on the lower level, but there's plenty of businesses. Yeah, they're right next to a fine art gallery and a bump your ass off store. Oh, or bumper car store. The Yanks were getting zeros, and I said last week I hate the Yankees, and I do. But I was rooting for them to beat Toronto so the Tigers could get in, but the Tigers just missed the playoffs. Well, I picked up a local newspaper, so that was what was on the front page. A little switcheroo for the mass transit, and that's looking back towards Manhattan. But I'm here at the near Coney Island. And Pigeon going along for the ride. Here's some poetry. Yeah, I love mass transit. We certainly don't need it on the scale New York does, but our main arteries, we should have some mass transit. So it's good we're starting with the Woodward Avenue, and people have to check that out and see how that all goes down and how that works and how it spurs economic activity along that corridor. And then people will be clamoring, well, let's do that on Michigan Avenue. Let's do it on Gratiot. Let's do it on Grand River. We're just doing baby steps right now, but hopefully the word gets out. Okay, St. Fortuna. They have a festival here, or kind of like a parade. It looks like they're prepping this, and they'll probably have a parade route through the neighborhood here. Here, well, I like to say Small World USA, and it looks, that's Small World. I'm going to check out a little bit of the neighborhood, and here, Italian American. How about it? But different styles homes. This neighborhood was real patriotic. A lot of American flags in and about through here. But yeah, 2-story. I wish I could give you more information. Oh, the Lions. And what I want to do is watch the Lions because they're playing right now. It's Sunday afternoon. So this is like the only bar in town, the Trist Lounge. I had to walk a country mile to find this place. That gentleman there said, what are you videotaping? And I says, well, I wanted to see the game. I said, you can't be taking video of the bar. He says, you don't know how long I've walked to find a bar. I want to watch the games. They gave me they were cool though. They gave me free Italian food. And so they didn't have the Lions per se on. They had the Giants, but you could see the updates there. The Lions were playing Green Bay. Turned out to be a game, but not really till the end. All right, Utrecht Avenue. This is the Jewish area, and forgive me for not knowing. It's Orthodox. They're strict Orthodox. There's a certain group, and not knowing why, I should probably just leave it at that and not say anything more. Here, a Mexican place, restaurant. So Mexicans, Jewish, down closer to me, Chinese. Yeah, which is cool. Having that variety of food and diversity and culture. Yeah, why not? Works for me, and you can see it certainly in New York, walking from block to block. Now I think I made it back to Greenwich Village. I wasn't through exploring. Mad Scientist, should have stopped in there. Here a produce place. Yeah, there were hardly any bars in Brooklyn, as I wanted to catch how the Lions were doing and so forth. But in Manhattan, you don't have to walk more than a block and you'll find a bar. Okay, and then the way they have a lot of the restaurants and whatnot, the cooking area and so forth, work area is the lower level, the basement. A lot of fine restaurants. So I'll get a little fashion, a little artwork. Now I'm in West Village. Some political, and this is from local people. It's like they got a bunch of things posted up here. Tribute. Yeah, these are tiles. Well, it would have been nice during the daytime to step inside, but for me, I'm not much of a shopper. So just window peeking and seeing what they have inside is good enough for me. We believe celebrities should pay full price. Yeah. And rich people should pay their fair share of taxes. Just because they're rich doesn't mean they can use the tax codes to get that down to zero. There should be a bare minimum. You make this much money, you can deduct and have deductions, but you pay a bare minimum. I don't like to hear you're paying $0. Yikes. But, hey, if you get lobbyists that can pull all the strings to write the tax code in your favor, hey, more power to you, huh? You're a genius if you can pull that off. Here, a nice arch. And George Washington. Nice eagle. Yeah, it was a beautiful evening. They have a fountain. The island of white privilege. Yeah, and white people like myself, my friends said, yeah, it's like we hit the lottery. We were born white, we were born male, and we were born in the United States. I kind of did the math. I think it's like 1 out of a million, though. Or 1 out of a... I'd have to do it again now. Shouldn't say nothing unless I do the math right then and there, but... Yeah, we have privilege to be sure. Here, they have a district with chess paraphernalia. So they got one here, Civil War era. So if you like the game of chess, you can... Well, I should say this is a gaming area. So we'll see other games here. $49, that's not a bad price. Certainly, that'd make a nice gift if you know somebody that is also a Super Mario fan. Blues, definitely. Wicked Willies. And just looking at some of the signs. That one looked a little peculiar. Hats. Now, I didn't see any price tags, but just started getting into hats. It's a way that guys can do a little fashion statement kind of thing, because I don't do jewelry or tattoos or fancy clothes or fancy shoes. Unfortunately, yeah, pretty plain. But with a hat, yeah, I'm okay with a hat. Keeps your head warm. Keeps it from getting wet, too. Okay, some fine art. And this is something October 4th. Well, I guess it already came out. A new phone. Yeah, just doing a little window shopping. Romero Brito. Yeah, maybe if I could afford it, I should get some nicer clothes. But it's fun with the hats. Not that I'm into, well, getting noticed, but when I wear the hat, people say, hey, nice hat, which is cool. Never ever got compliments where anybody noticed the look, but with a hat, wow. But it made me think, well, I should compliment people on their appearances more. Nice compliments, not over the top compliments, but just, open my eyes. Well, I love the buildings here, and of course, it's a little dark, but you still get the flavor and the style. And that's what I kind of like about this camcorder is it's great for nighttime video. A lot of people have camcorders and the like, but they need light, so you got to shine light on the subject matter. But this one's great, so that's why it's old school and it's not high definition, and people might bitch and moan and complain that, this isn't much better than black and white. And you'd be right. But, it is what it is kind of thing. It's public access. We're allowed to do as we please within limits. Within limits, yes. There are some parameters we have to stay between. Like the lighting there. But yeah, New York is, top notch, whatnot. It's like what they say. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere kind of a thing. So this is, now I got my Chinese food. I was mistaken. I was checking out Chinatown, but it was like, no. I did a lot of walking, decided, hey, I'm going to get an authentic Chinese meal in Chinatown. This is like the Bowery area. And it used to be really down on its luck, but they've done a lot to really clean up New York. There used to be like red light districts, kind of like 42nd Street was kind of challenging to be sure. But yeah, New York is more family friendly now. Although if you know where to go. Okay, getting near the top of the hour. We'll have to continue for, I don't know, it's 15 to 30 minutes next week, and then I'll have some Friday night football. Hey, look, some more wedding pictures. How neat. And this is in Grand Central Station. Well, good night, everybody.